Hello world. I don't know what day it is. It's Saturday. It's March something, the year 2020. It's Saturday, and everybody is on full lockdown because of that darn virus. So anyway, I walked into the garage gym here. Definitely lucky, fortunate to have a garage gym, no doubt about it. Not taking that for granted. And I'm going to do Amanda, the tribute workout for Amanda Miller. And that's a relatively technically complicated workout, right? We've got ring muscle ups, and you have the full squat snatch with the barbell. Oh, hello from Italy. Hey, hope you guys are all right over there. And it got me thinking as to how could people around the world do a workout like Amanda, which requires a lot of gear and stuff, if they really don't have much. So normally before I do these Instagram live videos, I do a lot more preparation, get my thoughts in order, lay out some, whatever. I just scratched things randomly up on my dry erase board. It looks like a serial killer walked in here. So I'm sorry, but it'll get the point across that if you have some gear or a little gear, here is, in my opinion, how you could do something that's either Amanda or some version that looks like it in some way, shape, or form, in which it won't be exact, but fitness will be achieved, and you won't be a lazy couch potato, and you'll be okay. So anyway, here we go. So here's what we've got. How do I turn this thing around? So obviously, first and foremost, regular Amanda, 975 reps per time, ring muscle up, squat snatch, 135 for the men, 95 pounds for the women. So now, let's say that if you get that gear, great, that's what you're doing. But now let's say you have a barbell in your garage, but you've got a pull-up bar or something, and you don't have any rings. So now what could you do for Amanda? So again, this is close. This would do the trick without too much thought. Maybe the 975, but now instead of ring muscle-ups and squat snatch, you can do pull-ups, dips, and then, since you have a barbell, squat snatch. And for the pull-ups and the dips, you're going to double that number. So 3, 2, 1, go. Since you're doubling it, 18 pull-ups, 18 dips off the side of a bench, because I'm assuming you don't have rings. Then you do your 9 squat snatch, second round, since you're doubling it, 14, 14, 7, then 10, 10, 5. And that could work just fine. Chest to bar pull-ups would work. Chin over bar pull-ups would work. The mere fact that you're doing something which is a pull that you would have in the ring muscle-up is good to go. You've got a press out at the top of the ring dip on a muscle-up. That's why we put the dips off of a box or dips off of a bench in there. So in conjunction with the pull, you're also getting some sort of a press with the dip. If you didn't have anything in the world to do dips off of, I suppose you could just do some push-ups on the ground. At least you'd still get in some kind of a press. All right, now let's say you've got the pull-up bar, but you don't have a barbell. You don't have a dumbbell. You just have a pull-up bar in your imagination. Here's some other approximation of Amanda that might just do the trick. 975, right? Got the pull-up bar. So just like before, we're doubling the number. We're going to do dips off a box, off a bench, double the number. But now, an air squat into a tuck jump, which would be absolutely a disgusting and effective below parallel explosive hip opening movement, but we're going to triple the reps. How awful is that? So round one would be, instead of 975, 18. Did I get my reps mixed up here? I think I said 18. 18, 18, and now 27. Second round, 14, 14, 21. Final round, 10, 10, 15. That is a gross little combo. An air squat into a tuck jump would be nauseating, and it would do the trick just fine. So no gear needed for that other than the pull-up bar. So now let's say you've got a pair of dumbbells, or maybe you have a pair of kettlebells. You've got something, but you don't have a barbell. And if you have rings, like I do in my garage right there, they're low though. They're hung just from the pull-up bar. I'm going to do low ring muscle-ups when I do Amanda today, which means I'm going to put the rings at about the height that I would do for a ring dip, and then I'll make sure that I can get a false grip, lower myself down to the ground with extended arms, want my butt just a few inches from the ground, legs out straight in front of me, and then you're basically you can choose how much or how little leg you use with that movement. So you can do a lot of leg assist and make it relatively easy on the upper body, or you can use the absolute bare minimum amount of leg required and make it profoundly demanding on the upper body, and you would wish that you were able to do kipping muscle-ups from high rings. So they're infinitely scalable, and I really like low ring muscle-ups. So let's say you've got that setup. If you have a barbell, you can use a barbell like I'm gonna do, but let's say you have some dumbbells. You can do a one-arm dumbbell squat snatch, but I'll get to that in a second because that's very, very demanding of flexibility. And if you have it, great, but there's a lot of people that don't, and therefore they just can't do that movement, so it's not an option. So let's say you don't have that crazy flexibility. Here's something will get you below parallel overhead, and it will not shortchange you, and it actually happens to be what is the CrossFit Linchpin limited equipment option workout today instead of what the as prescribed Amanda would be. It is 3 rounds for time of 7 low ring muscle ups and 14 lovely dumbbell thrusters. Pair of 50s for the men, pair of 35s for the women. This little jewel right here, that will make you a member of our zombie apocalypse team. That is, the limited equipment crew works with the dumbbells every day, and they build both fitness and character. Okay, so now let's say that you have the dumbbells, you've got the low rings, but you do have the flexibility. No worries, easy day. Then you could that's pretty simple. Then it's just 3 rounds for time, 7 low ring muscle ups, 14 one-arm dumbbell squat snatch. And that would be 14 total, not 14 each arm. So alternate arms each time, rep 1 with this arm, you switch rep 2 with the other arm, rep 3, till you get to 14 total. Set it down, you're done with round 1 anyway. And then of course, with those 2 things that I just mentioned, the dumbbell things which had low ring muscle ups, low ring muscle ups, in any of these things, see that? My dog, I was playing with my dog and he nipped my hand. With any of these things, if you don't have the rings, no worries. You can go right back up to there and just input the pull-ups and the dips option in case you don't have the low rings. So, and then you're good to go. And another even potential thing, so let's say, again, this is all just last minute coming out of my head here before I start my warm-up. So let's say, okay, dumbbell thrusters are an option. Again, you could use a pair of kettlebells in your hands. One-arm dumbbell squat snatch is an option. You could use 1 kettlebell for that as well. Let's say you wanted to do something else. Well, you still want to get some below parallel in there because that's what you would get in typical Amanda with the squat snatch with the barbell. You still want to get some bracing a load overhead, which is what you would get with the prescribed Amanda. You could get creative. Maybe you want to get an explosive pull off the ground, which you would get some sort of a hip opening and a shrug pull with the one-arm dumbbell squat snatch, but you wouldn't get it with the thruster. So maybe you want to get even another option. You could do some dumbbell power cleans to get that pull from the ground, and then instead of doing yet another pull after doing power cleans and doing a squat snatch, you could do like a one-arm, so you could do something with a dumbbell power clean, and then after you do some dumbbell power cleans, one-arm dumbbell overhead walking lunge to get that below parallel kind of leg burn in there. And that, of course, would be paired with the low ring muscle ups, or like we said, no rings, just do the pull-ups and dip substitution previously mentioned. So anyway, that is a little jaunt through my mind. That's how I see various, we could play the same game with any particular workout and just kind of break it down into its little parts, into what are we actually trying to accomplish, what gear do or don't we have, how can we modify to get as close as possible, etc., etc., etc. So that's it. I'm going to warm up, and my version of Amanda today will be with the barbell, but with the low ring muscle ups. So that's it. Stay healthy, everybody. Stay safe. Keep your sanity. Keep the diet tight. Stay fit. And we will sometime punch out on the other side of this. That's it. Talk to you later.